The reason your offer is selling may have nothing to do with you. You're good at what you do, really good. But if the right person can't see themselves in what you're saying, they might scroll past the very thing that could help them. And if you've been wondering whether you heard God wrong or you missed your moment, whether you're just not cut out for this, I have to stop you right there. Because today, I'm going to show you 3 ways your words might make it harder for people to recognize you. And the one small shift that can make them think, oh, she's talking to me. Okay, so what's really going on here is the opposite of what you might think. And when the right people aren't responding, you go into octopus mode. You start doing more. You post more. You take one more course from that woman that seems to have it all figured out. And the saddest of all is that you start questioning your choices, wondering if you should just burn down everything you worked so hard to build and just start over. And under all of that octopus chaos, there's one thing you don't stop and think. What I'm saying might make perfect sense to me, so it has to be clear to them, right? Maybe not. So before you set everything on fire, the first place you need to check is the words you're using. Now here's the part that's kind of funny. God designed you to be really good at what you're called to do. You know your stuff backwards and forwards. And that right there is the catch. There's a Stanford study by a researcher named Elizabeth Newton, and she explains this so well. Picture this. She had people tap out familiar songs, and sure, the listener would catch the tune, but here's the problem. The person tapping can hear the whole song in their head, but the listener, on the other hand, could only hear random taps. And that's probably what's happening when you talk about your offer. You hear the whole melody, the transformation, the reason you started this whole business in the first place, the person you couldn't stop thinking about helping, the impact it can have on their life. But the right person may be only hearing words that don't necessarily make them think, wait, she's talking to me. Sit with that for a second, because your words, your message, that's the disconnect. When you've done your work for years, you know all the words, you know the full melody. So when somebody asks you what you do, your brain automatically fills in the backstory, the transformation, the 10 reasons why this matters so much, and the person it has already helped. All of it at once, like a melody you know by heart. But the person hearing you for the first time doesn't get the melody. They get the taps. Just a few words, many of which they don't even understand, because you fill in the gaps without realizing it. Because in your head, there are no gaps. And here's the part you might not want to hear. The better you are at what you do, the louder that song plays in your head, which makes it even easier to forget that the other person can't hear it. So no, you're not the problem. There's nothing wrong with you. You're great at what you do. You're just standing too close to the music to hear what's missing. And if nobody's buying your stuff, there's a good chance that you need to tighten your message, your words. And the message, that's fixable. Your words might be the official expert lingo, but the right person needs them crystal clear and specific enough to hear themselves in what you're saying. So you might be thinking, if my words aren't what's wrong, why can't the right person realize I'm talking to them? Good question. Let's get into it. There are 3 common offenders. Listen to the 1 or the 2 or the 3 that makes you go, oh, yep, that's exactly what I do. The first one is the smart conference room lady. This means you're talking like you're in a conference room full of your peers. You explain what you do the way you'd explain it to a colleague. The frameworks, the insider lingo, all the things you all understand, but the person you're trying to reach doesn't. Here's what this sounds like in an everyday scenario. Somebody asks, so what do you do? And you say, I help women with brand strategy and messaging alignment. And you say it like that because it's the language you learned. And it is what you actually do. It sounds professional, credible, like you know your stuff, and you do. But the person who needs you isn't Googling messaging alignment. They're typing, why is nobody buying from me? So they hear your very true sentence, and the words just glide right over their head. And it has nothing to do with how smart they are. You told them the insider version of a problem that they don't even realize they have yet. And that's cognitive overload. Too much to process, so they tune out. That's the disconnect. And the second one is AI polished, but still not you, lady. We all use AI. You use it, I teach it, but you have to know your voice first. Then AI can run with it. I get it. You want to sound credible, like you know your stuff. So you tell AI, make it more professional sounding, make it fancier. And here's what AI gives you. I help purpose-driven women step into their next level and build a business that reflects their truest calling. You're laughing, right? Because you know at some point AI gave you a sentence just like that. But seriously, read that back. I help purpose-driven women step into their next level and build a business that reflects their truest calling. It sounds impressive, but my question to you is, why do you put content out there that doesn't sound like you? Maybe because your version is too insignificant, too plain, you don't think it's enough? That's a video for another day. Here's what the person you want to serve does with a sentence like that. They look at it and go, cool, okay. And they move on because next level, truest calling. It says nothing about what you can help them do on a Tuesday afternoon when they're struggling. Clever words can get overlooked. So while AI polished sounds impressive, your message still leaves the person that needs you, the person you're called to serve, trying to figure out what is it that they do? And the harder they have to think to try to figure out what your words mean, the easier it is for them to say, this probably isn't for me. And the third common offender is the big ol' hearted, multi-passionate. You try to say everything you loved all at once. You have more than one gift. You help with this, also with that, and there's a third thing you also care about a lot. So you cram it all into one breath and it sounds like this. I'm a faith-based coach and a writer. I do a little consulting. I run a women's group, and I'm getting into speaking. First, that's a lot of me. Second, every word of it is true. That's the hard part. You're not exaggerating. You love it all, and leaving even part of it out feels like hiding part of yourself. But the person on the other end isn't thinking, wow, she does so much. They're thinking, okay, but how can she help me? And when they can't answer that in about 3 seconds, they move on. The thing is, you could do all of that in your business, but you don't have to say you do all that because they don't think that they need all of that at that moment. You know they need it. They don't know they need it. Attract your people by saying the one problem you know you can solve. Say that and save the rest for when they're already past the door. And make it less about you and all about them. So which one are you? Smart conference room lady? AI polished but still not you lady? Or big-hearted, multi-passionate? Or all three? Listen, all three are admirable traits, but you're unknowingly opening the gap instead of closing the recognition gap. So the right person doesn't see themselves in your message and says, that's cool, but moves on. But guess what? This is great news because sharpening your message, that one sentence, is something that you can do in just a few minutes. It's way more doable than starting over in a whole new niche. So how do you fix it? It's one small shift on a sentence that you already use. And by the way, I have a free GPT that can help you get this done today. Check it out in the description. The one small shift is to run that one sentence through 4 questions. It can be your bio, an elevator pitch, your answer when somebody asks, so what do you do? It can be the first line of your last post. Pick one and run it through these 4 questions. Question number 1, can the person that you want to serve see themselves in this? Question 2, can they tell the one immediate problem I help solve? Question number 3, can they tell why that problem needs solving now? What's at stake? And question number 4, does this sound like kitchen counter talk or like I'm trying to sound impressive? Let me show you what that looks like on one actual sentence. Say yours is, I help women bring more peace and order into their busy lives. Sounds like a big promise that your person needs, right? Now, run it through the questions. Can the right person see themselves in it? Not really, because women is too general and busy lives can mean anything. Question 2, can they tell the one problem you solve? Probably not, because peace and order are feelings. It's not the thing they type in ChatGPT or Claude when they're stuck on something. Question 3, can they tell what's at stake now? Nope, there's no do this if you want that result in there at all. Question 4, does it sound like something you tell a friend over your kitchen counter or like you're trying to impress? Now, watch what happens when you make it clear. I help work from home moms get their inbox and their calendar under control so Sunday night stops feeling like a pit in their stomach. That's specific. And the right person reads that and goes, wait, that's me on a Sunday night. And if you're thinking that sentence is so simple, they're gonna probably think that I don't know what I'm doing. It's just the opposite because you're saying the thing in language that they understand. Clear, specific. If your sentence ships up on any of the 4 questions, good, because now you know what's opening the gap and you can start closing it by rewriting that sentence today. See? Told you. Fixable. So listen, and I mean this. Not having it all figured out doesn't mean that you're not good at what you do, you're not equipped, you probably heard God wrong. He has your people lined up. They're out there waiting for what only you can offer. They simply need to realize you're their person. So make your message, make them say, that's me. That's exactly what I need. That's what gets the person to finally say yes. If you're still watching this, it's because you care enough. You want to help people and create a positive impact. So if anything I said in this video helped, please give it a like because it tells YouTube to put it in front of the next woman that's blaming herself for something that she can fix. And if you want to learn more about what makes your message clear without turning you into an octopus lady, hit subscribe.